hello and thank you for joining me. I am Narelle Fasulo from Simply Stamping with Narelle, and I'm going to come to you every Monday 2 p.m. to catch up with the latest that's happening in my Stampin' Up world and also to make a card. So before I get started, I'm going to run through a few things. If you haven't been on our store for a little while, you'll notice this beautiful new grid paper. Look at this. Get you in the mood for your Christmas creating. It has beautiful images all the way around. Lovely Christmas design. And that is the same as the Toiled Tidings suite in the catalogue. So, and it's a really lovely size. It's a 12 by 12, actually bigger than 12 by 12. It's a really, really nice size. Hey Karen, hey Wendy, thank you for watching. And Cheryl from Kansas, thank you. And Anita, lovely to have you all here. Thank you for joining me. So this beautiful grid paper, it is new in our online store. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's double-sided, so you've got the lovely red pattern on one side, the green on the other. This is my favorite. Even though I do love vintage and I like the red, I'm a sucker for a Christmas tree. So lovely green Christmas trees on the reverse side. And it suits both your metric and your non-metric people. So up the top you have your centimetre measurements, and then down the bottom you have your inches. So everyone can use it. I really love it, so I'm going to be using that until I run out. I have a few packets may have arrived this morning. Really lovely paper. Yes, Anita, you could do that. You could use the edges for cards if you're not a messy stamper like me and use your grid paper to stamp off on and yeah, cover it all in a great big mess like you can see underneath here. But anyway, so that is the seasonal grid paper. It is $15.75 for a pack, and there's 25 sheets in a pack, double-sided. So it's basically 50 sheets of beautiful, beautiful paper that you have to get you into your seasonal creating. So that is available in my online store, and I don't know how long it's available for, till stocks run out, I guess. So if you want it, then you better grab it pretty soon. We still have our designer series paper sale that is on. Buy 3, get the 4th free. Buy 3, get the 4th free. That's really hard to say when you say it quickly. From this select list. So there's 1, 2, 3, it's like 10 or 12 designs here. Beautiful papers, all from the annual catalogue. So that's the big thick catalogue. Really good deal. Always getting a free pack of paper, and there's some beautiful, beautiful papers in here. So that still runs until the end of the month. You've got like a little bit over a week to get. I think it's a week, isn't it, to the end of the month? A week to go for that. Also a week to go for my online classes. So if you haven't seen them and you're not a newsletter subscriber, please jump on my blog. You'll see a link to sign up to my newsletter. So simplystampingwithnarelle.com. Look for the link to sign up for the newsletter. There's a week left to sign up for these 4 Christmas classes. And I also have a Come Sail Away male themed class. All those will finish at the end of September, and a brand new class will be released in October, 1st of October. So a week to go to sign up for those. All the details on my blog. And 1 more week for all my shares, okay? So I have the holiday catalogue paper share, the ribbon and trim share again. All the details are on my blog, so jump over there and check it all out. My bits and bobs share, and then the bundles. I have 4 different bundles. There's a combination of these shares all put together in different ways. And then I have a mega share, which is get everything, okay? A bit of everything. And all those shares are free post. Again, they're closing off at the end of the month. So if you want them, make sure you jump in this week and register. That's it. That's all that advertising of what's going on, keeping up with all the specials that's happening at the moment. The reason we're here today is I'm going to show you this really cool new thing that's in the Christmas catalogue called the Snowfall Accents Puff Paint. Now, if you're like me and you crafted in the 80s, you're going to remember the puff paint you used to get. That, I think it was a fabric paint. And I used to make t-shirts with this on it. And you would paint the design of the t-shirt, let it dry, turn it over, iron it, and it'd puff up. Well, I remember a cousin's friend had a little boy. He was the first little boy in the family, and I made him some t-shirts. And I remember one I did with a train on it, and I didn't realize how much his stuff puffed. And I did one go with a train, and then I thought, well, that's not going to puff much. And I loaded all this heaps of paint on. And when I let it dry and then ironed it, I swear the puff was like this tall. It was just ridiculous. And I went, oh, well, that worked well, didn't it? Learnt my lesson there. Don't apply too much. So I've made this card using it, and you can get so much out of this bottle. This will last you for years. And see, I can't kick the habit of using too much. And you'll see on this card, I did the little snow drifts, okay? And then I puffed them up and went, oh, that looks really good. I went, oh, but I need to use it more. I just don't feel that's enough. So then I made the little snowballs, I guess they are. And I looked at it in the end and went, that's probably using it too much. But anyway, it is what it is. And I had to experiment with it. So that's my excuse for using so much. So I thought I would show you today how to use it, how easy it is, and a few tips on best use as we go along. So I'm going to make another card based on that, but just a little bit differently. All right, so we move this one aside, and I'm hoping I can still see. You burnt it the first time you used it, Chrissy. Oh no! Did you get the heat gun too close? It doesn't take, like I was going to say, it doesn't take too much heat to heat it, but once it starts, it puffs really quickly. So, all right, so I have the basis, I can't talk today, the basis of this card already to go. I've got my pool party back base card. Oh my Lord, wait, I need a sip of coffee. Hang on. All right, that's better. And then I have a piece of Whisper White that I have braided across with Pool Party. So I just got our foam brayer and braid it. I didn't want a plain cardstock here. I wanted a little bit of a feature. So the brayering gave it a little bit of difference in the hues. So it's like paler over here. And it's a bit like blotchy, I guess, is what I was after. So that worked perfectly. And then instead of doing the plain cardstock or the braid cardstock down here as the snowdrift, I just cut up a bit of the designer series paper from the holiday catalogue, and I'm just going to use that as my snowdrift, and the little dots are already on there, and the torn bit at the top is going to be my snowdrift. And what I plan to do is use the puffy paint as all little snowballs around the snowman. Right, so that I know where I'm going to stamp my snowmen, because I'm going to stamp them on here. I'm just going to grab a pencil and mark where, roughly, where that patterned paper starts and ends. And I know it sort of just goes like down on a slope. So it won't snow in my office. I won't stamp down here because I know my snowman's not going to be seen. Right, does anyone want to come and talk for me? Because obviously I can't talk today. Okay, so our snowman. I just realized there's a mistake in my typo here. There should be no dot there. So up here you have my blog, which has got all my creative work on it. So every day I try and post on my blog, and everything I make will be on there. This address down here, Narelle Fasulo, without the dot here, .stampinup.net, is a link to my online store and my calendar, so you can see any events I have coming up and whatever is going on there. So, and I apologize, you can hear that, that's my phone going off there. All right, so for this one, I thought I would do the 3 snowmen. So I'm using the Snowman Season Photo Polymer Stamp Set. And I'm just going to grab each one out and put them on a block, because I thought it'd be fun to do the 3 snowmen on this one. Right. So I'm going to have the two that are juggling the snowballs on the side and this little dude with his hat in the middle. So we're just going to grab some Memento ink and yeah, I'm not going to stamp them on there. I just realised I really should do them in white, shouldn't I? Hold tight. I was going to stamp them on there and I thought, no, we're going to have green, slightly green snowmen. I want them white and crisp. So we're going to stamp this dude. I'm going to use the punch for him. And the others, unfortunately, I need to cut out. Or maybe I could do, see, I'm designing on the fly again like I did last week. So maybe I could just stamp these dudes because I don't want to cut all that out and that'll look a bit weird. So let's do that. Let's punch this guy out. So he can be like our feature in the middle because he's the one who's also going to have the beanie, the scarf, oops, and the mittens on him. All right. So he's going to go in the middle and I will stamp the other two either side. So this little guy. Oh, I got black all over me. Let's put him down here. And then our last little guy. Now I've got my paper coming from here, so I'm going to put him a little bit higher. Now this design may not work, but this is half the fun of making cards, isn't it? I could colour the other in with white ink and Anita, sorry. That's a brilliant idea. I could use watered down our craft ink, hey. All right, so this little guy, I'm going to, I might dimensionalize him because I want him to stand out a little bit more. So just two on the back of him. Oh my goodness. Okay, that backing doesn't want to come off. And we're going to pop him about there. All right, we're just going to place this back on and make sure that that's all happy. Yes, that's good. I'm happy with that. Rub out that pencil mark. And now we're going to use our puffy paint. Actually, I should put his arms on first, shouldn't I? So the arms I'm going to use are from this embellishment kit that goes with that sweet Let It Snow suite. And look at these. These are so cool. So in this embellishment kit, you get these enamel buttons, noses, and arms. And then these little, I think they're meant to be like snowballs you can use, I guess, but they remind me of the styrofoam from the bean bags. Yes, and I haven't opened this because I know what's going to happen. They're going to cling to everything. So I'm actually going to resist using them because I don't want them everywhere. Beautiful glitter, white glitter washi tape is really nice. And then these are the cutest things out. And I love the box. Like, snowmen not really appropriate for Australia really, but they're too cute. You've got to use them. But look at this box. I love this box and it is so sturdy. I love it. That is going in my stash to use for a gift later on. But these little felt scarves, mittens and beanies are so cute. I used them on this one in the red. They come in like 4 colours. So you have the pale aqua, like a pool Party Bermuda Bay cross, I guess it is. That looks like a garden green or a shaded spruce type colour. Then a pink. And then the red. So cute. So we're going to put this dude's arms on, so then I don't put a snowball where his arms are. These are so cute. You don't have to put the mittens on these. You can just put their arms on, but I couldn't resist the felt mittens. Right, now we're going to use our puff paint. You will need a heat tool to heat it, and you do need to shake it well. Okay, now it will come out quite runny. And the trick I learned is that if you don't put enough on, or it doesn't come out like white, it's like a clear, then that is not going to puff. All right, so shake it really well, and it does come out quite runny. And I'm hoping you can see. And I just let it, when I'm doing the snowballs, I just let it drop. Okay, so he's juggling our puffy snowballs. And don't let it dry before you puff it. And use a the 1 setting on the heat tool, not the 2, because if you use the 2, I hope you can hear me over this, it will blow it out of shape. So I wait for it to get a little bit warm, and then don't hold it too close, okay? Because then that is when you could burn it. And I'm just doing directly over top, because I don't want to lose the shape of those snowballs. It will take a little while to puff, so you have to be patient with it, okay? And don't get right up close to it, and don't be too far away. You can see this one's puffed already. There we go, we're starting to puff. Can you see that? No, because my heat tool's in the way. Ah, right, let me lift it up and see if I can do it like this, an angle, so you can, heat tool is not, it's a heat tool in the way. I'm trying to see where, no, I have to come in from this angle. Right, let's try that. Right, can you see that? See them starting to puff? There we go, they are puffed. So now I'll take the heat away. I'm going to bring that up. Could you see them puffing? Probably not, because I had to have the heat tool in the way. I'll try it again. I'm going to put some on here and then on these guys. So just shake it well. Drop it on. It's really not that hard. It's just I couldn't show you properly with the heat tool in the way, so I don't. This time I'm going to try and do it sideways, so that we can see it puffing. Hopefully. Whoops! Whoa, that's too high. No. Oh, blow everything away. There we go. Right, I'm going to come in at the side. I may end up with distorted snowballs, but we'll see how this goes. I'm going to see if I can hold it up. Tell me if that's any better. Can you see them puffing? It is so cool. I love this stuff. There you go. See, as the heat tool is heating up, they puff a lot quicker. There we go. And now for the last lot. Now, I don't know if you can colour this stuff once it's on, like once it's puffed, or I know I read somewhere that you can't add ink to it. So, you know, like our embossing paste, you can put that on a palette, mix re-inkers with it and change the colour of it. I do know with this, if you try that, it will dilute the puffing agent, so it won't work. So if you want it coloured, then you have to try and colour it after it has puffed. So can someone, if I forget, someone remind me. I want to try that with a marker and we'll see if we can color it, because then that would be really cool. So you don't need much, just a little drop. And you can see that it's coming out white. If you don't mix it properly and it comes out like a clear, not white, then it won't puff as well. So, hey Rails, how are you? Alright, so we're just going to heat again. Remember, low setting on your heat tool and not too close. And don't overheat it. Once it's puffed, that's it. Don't keep going. It's not going to puff anymore. I'm hoping you can see that. I'll try and get a little bit closer to the camera. You can see it puffing. You could colour the top of it with blends. Yeah, we could try that. So I might grab another bit of cardstock when I finish this card and we'll have a play and see. Alright, there we have our little puffy snowballs. So cute. Really, really lovely. Some I noticed puff more than others. I don't know why that is, whether I didn't put enough heat on it, but I don't, or if you overheat it may puff and then shrink. I don't know. I don't know the exact science behind it, but I know it was really cool. So now we're just going to finish this card off. That is simply going to get glued on there. We're going to add the felt little dudes as well. The middle guy needs a hat and a beanie. So just gluing that onto our white. Then that's just going straight onto our card base. So can you imagine if you only use it like for snow dots or something, that puff paint, it's going to last a long, long time. A little bit goes a long way. It's amazing. Oh, so that's a bit bubbled there because it's hot, so I might have to re-glue that. It's like warped. See how it's warped? Get in there. Let's stick some more glue down there. And then our snowdrift. I'm just going to dimensionalize across the front. Is that a word? Dimensionalize. It is now. It's a neologism, which means a made-up word. All right. You guys can tell me what colour beanie and scarf and mittens to put on this middle snowman. So there are your colour choices. Red, pink, dark green or light green. So you guys tell me and I'll pick the most voted for colour. Okay, so now while you're all voting for your favourite colour of the beanies and things, I'm going to grab another bit of coloured cardstock and we will try and colour our snowballs. Okay, so let's just do dark green. Okay, anyone else? Right, so let's do a drift, a couple of drifts. Alrighty. Dark green, well, that's popular. Right, so we're going to puff these up. I need to hold it with something because I burn my fingers. just got to be patient. My number one tip with this is be patient, as it takes a little while to react. Once it starts reacting, it goes quite quickly. There's something really appealing about this. It's like watching embossing powder melt. And I don't know if that's the way it's manufactured, but it also goes like lumpy looking, like real snow. Like it's not like smooth. It's cool. Anyone got any other colours they want? Everyone's just voted dark green. Alright, there we have some of our puff paint. I'm going to let that cool down while we put on our, for what, Janice? The beanie and the mittens and the scarf for the middle snowman here. What colour should I give him? They're the 4 colours to choose from. Red, pink, dark green, light green. Now, because he's the middle guy, I'm actually going to give him some enamel buttons as well, to make him our feature snowman. Red. Oh, I've got 3 dark greens and 1 red. Pink, maybe. Oh, Janice, now you made it difficult. Okay, I think his nose is too big. Cover up his eye. Yeah, his nose is too big, so we'll just stick with the buttons. Alright, I'm going to go dark green, because most people pick dark green. So let's go dark green. And because these are felt, nothing's really going to stick them permanently, I have found. Closest thing is the glue dots. Probably the easiest thing as well. I'll put a couple on there just to make sure it's going to hang around for a while. Yeah, he covered up that snowball, but never mind. It's over his eyes a little bit. He's just a cool snowman. Scarf. There's 2 different scarves as well. There's one with stripes on it and one with stars. But I'm a matchy person, so it's got to be the stars one. Hey, Linda. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I like snowmen. Pity we don't get snow at Christmas time in Australia. We can dream. But on my bucket list though, to go somewhere for a Christmas with snow. You know, get it out of my system and then probably come home and be very grateful we don't have snow and all the slush and everything that goes with it. Oh, this glue dot doesn't want to come off. Okay, there we go. And there we have our scarf. And now our mittens. 2 little mittens. These are so cute. Hello, Julie. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to tell your friends, everyone. Mondays, 2 p.m. Jump on and watch me make a card. Attempt to make a card. A project, who knows? I might mix it up, do other stuff at times, not just cards. We get snow in what we call the Snowy Mountains, Cheryl, in winter, but it's never a whole lot like you guys get, and it's a very sort of small area of Australia that gets snow. We are probably, I don't know, 2/3 desert really in Australia. We all live around the coastline. In the middle it's just one great big desert. So that's why we are very beach oriented I can't speak, beach oriented people in Australia. All right, cool. So that's that card. I may put a greeting on here later. So there's our cute little snowman with our puffy snowballs. Now we're going to test colouring this. So I'm just going to grab a blend. We will go Shaded Spruce, and I will get a marker. And I just picked green. Call me Clover. So let's try with the marker colouring our snow. Oops, and no, did I not heat that enough? It's like liquid underneath. That's not very good. Maybe I didn't heat that one enough. There was quite a big clump there on the end, wasn't it? Let me heat that again. So there's something I've learnt today as well. It's not fully heated. It's going to go back to liquid. So that's a worry on my snowballs. I hope I did them enough. It looks like you can colour it. Alright, so let's try again. So this one is fine. No, look at that one. Oh no. I didn't heat that one enough either. Maybe you need to apply more heat than what I'm applying, but yes, you can colour them. That's just with a marker and with a blend. Yep, same. Do you have green snow, red snow, pink snow, yellow snow? No, not yellow snow. That would not be good, yellow snow. Here we go. You can colour it as well. Just don't mix anything. Hey, Michelle, lovely to have you. Don't mix anything with this to make it coloured because it will water down the puffing agent and that won't work. So there you have it. Wonderful puff paint that we have in the holiday catalogue, and I don't know how much it is, so I'm just going to have a quick look at the book. Prices are not a big thing to me. I'm sorry, I should be more organised, shouldn't I? I just like it, so buy it, you know. That's my motto in life. Like it, you buy it. There we go. All right, it is $7.75, so very, very reasonable. And this, like I said before, this bottle will last you for absolute years. There is so much in this bottle. But that's it. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope you enjoyed the demonstration on how to use the puff paint. I hope you've picked up some tips. So to cover the basics again, shake the bottle really, really well. Heat it a good while. It'll take a little while till it starts to puff, but once it starts to puff, it puffs quickly. Just be aware, if you do put a glob on, like a big glob, like a large snowball, or the start here, the drift, if you press on it and it's not puffed enough or not puffed thoroughly, it will liquefy and you'll get the liquid back out. It'll sort of like break the top and liquid will come out. So yeah, just be really careful if you're using it for a card that's going to be mailed. Just what I would suggest is get like you take your pick tool and the pokey end and just poke each little bit that you have puffed that's quite thick and see if any liquid comes out. If it does, then whack it with the heat tool again just to make sure that it is puffed enough and you're not going to end up with a soggy mess on your card when you pop it in the post. All right. It can be coloured after it's puffed, so don't try and colour it in this liquid form because you'll dilute the puffing agent. I think that's all. That's all the tips that I have for you today. Don't overheat it, don't burn it, so don't get the heat tool too close. A bit like embossing powder, you sort of get that like 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches, not quite, maybe 1.5 inches away is the ideal height to have your heat tool. And don't use the number 2 setting on the heat tool because you'll blow it out of shape. Try and keep a gentle hot heat on it. If you don't want distorted snowballs over the top with your heat tool, not at an angle, because you'll blow it a little bit before it's set, and you'll end up with a distorted snowball, which is fine if it's, you know, blowing, breeze blowing, distorted snowball, that's fine. But that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Don't forget you can purchase anything that I demonstrate and show you at my online store. I have excellent customer appreciation gifts, so every single order gets a tutorial bundle in your email of 6 exclusive products you won't see anywhere else with full instructions. You also get snail mail with a free gift in there, and you also get loyalty points. So every $50 in an order, you will get a loyalty point that you can redeem at a later stage. So lots of benefits, and thank you for joining me. Come back next Monday, 2 p.m, and I'll have another project for you. Thank you so much for being here, and everyone who comments goes into the draw for a little giveaway. So look out for your name drawn hopefully later today and see if you've won something. Thank you so much and have a fantastic week. I'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.